Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning as it may be. This is another one of your Cathedral check-ins, and this is about our next upcoming monthly outreach donation for the month of April for the Canadian Harambee Educational Society. And here with me today is Catriona Harker, who's been working with us for quite some time, and she can help fill us in on this. So good morning. So I guess we could start with a bit of background. Not everyone necessarily knows what CHES is, so maybe you can enlighten us here.
Well, CHES stands for the Canadian Harambee Education Society. And Harambee is a Swahili word, which means pulling together. And Harambee, as a noun, if you like, is a group of people, like-minded people working together for a common purpose. And so the common purpose for CHES is to provide scholarships to girls who receive places in secondary school, but their family cannot afford to send them there. And altogether, we have almost 600 girls. We have 236 in Kenya and 377 in Tanzania, and they all have sponsors. And the sponsorship pays for their school fees, their transportation to school, often their room and board. They come from families who are very subsistence, either pastoralists with cows or subsistence farmers. So they come from families that have no cash to pay for school fees. And usually, if they do have any money, they will often send their boys to school. And most of our girls come from families that they're polygamous, and the father has abandoned their mother. Very often both parents are ill or have died. They're often brought up by guardians or maybe an aunt or somebody like that. So they're students who are very, very needy but very bright, and they apply to CHES.
And I understand there's also been a bit of a history with the Cathedral supporting this organization.
Yes, I can't remember when it started, because for several years they supported with a general donation. And that donation we used, our girls come from such difficult backgrounds, and the language of instruction in school is English, but for many it's their third language. And it's a big shock going into that kind of environment. So we used a lot of the money there to provide workshops in their holidays so that they could have extra help with their math, physics, chemistry, and all of those kinds of things. So for the first few years, that's what the Cathedral donated towards. Then 6 years ago, I guess now, they supported Rebecca, who went through 4 years of secondary school, and she is doing very well. She's graduated, she is living in the community, she's supporting her parents. And that's the thing about girls, when they get jobs and work, they put their money into the fees for their sisters or brothers, help build a family home and that kind of thing. The money very much goes back into the community. And when she graduated last year in Form 1, they call it Forms 1 to 4, like the British terminology for secondary school. Now we have Teresia. She's completed 2 years. She does not have a father. Her mother has very little money. And she was just very heartfelt in her letter to the Cathedral, thanking everyone for supporting her. And usually I put those letters up on the notice board, but of course this year that hasn't been possible.
Right.
And the other thing, because of various presentations that Chris and I have given there's also 7 other Tanzanian girls being supported privately by parishioners.
Oh, wow.
So that is something that has just a spontaneous occurrence over the years.
Terrific. Wow.
Yeah.
And something else people often want to know is, what proportion of their donation actually goes to help the girls. I guess I'm asking about the sort of management efficiency, and I understand it's pretty good with this organization.
It's extremely good. CHES all of us who work or volunteer for chess are volunteers, and we pay our own way to Africa.
Wow.
And we pay our own way to our meetings and everything. In each country, actually we are 3 NGOs. The official Canadian one, which is a registered Canadian charity, and Chess is in Kenya, which is an official Kenyan NGO, and also in Tanzania.
Wow.
So the money that goes to support the organization. For instance, we have an office in Surrey that's donated to us by the Surrey Teachers Association. So you can imagine that's quite an amazing contribution in our day and age. Also, in Tanzania and Kenya, there are boards that manage the program when we are not there. The boards themselves are all volunteers. We give them, the people, a small per diem, we call it, for their bus fare and tea and snacks when they come to the meetings, because they're not coming from wealthy families at all themselves. And then we have an admin assistant in each office. In Canada, though, the secretary who helps us, she works half-time and really at half salary half-time because it's part of her donation. So there's most of the overhead goes to paying for the two admin assistants in each country, and they're supporting families. They don't come from wealthy families. So even our admin is supporting other people there.
So it sounds very good. Sounds like a very efficient organization, which is wonderful.
Right.
People will be happy to know that.
And I think you said that yes, on our Canada CRA forms were less than 2%.
Something like that. Yeah, yes. Which is terrific.
Yes.
And the other thing people may not be aware of, who may be thinking, well, that's awfully nice, but it seems very specific to, be addressing the needs of these girls who are in school. But I believe that you even said the UN has done statistics on this, that 2 of the real major indicators of forms of rising out of poverty and other good changes, population control, etc. The indicators are often the education of women, emancipation of women, and literacy are major indicators of good things happening in a place.
There have been a lot of World Bank studies and UN studies, and they discovered that that is the most efficient and best use of money to bring developing countries out of poverty.
Wow.
And just some of the examples, there's when women are educated, there's lower infant and maternal mortality, families are smaller, longer life expectancy, girls return to help their communities. And when they become mothers, they have more money, so their children are healthier, children go to schools, and higher economic productivity in the country. And one interesting statistic is that when women and girls earn income, they reinvest 90% of it into their families, as compared to only 30 to 40% for a man.
Wow.
So it improves the core family and makes a big difference.
So there's just all kinds of good things about this, really.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much. This has been very informative, and I think it's really going to help people to understand this organization and to hopefully be inspired to donate. So this, again, is the month of April. The monthly hours donation is for the Canadian Harambee Educational Society, or CHES for short. So you can indicate that on your donation, or you can go to our website where there's now a special donate button for our monthly outreach.
Oh,
so again, thank you, Catriona Harker.
Thank you very much.
You're most, and keep up the good work. That's really, I want to end with that.
Well, and I do have to say that my husband, Chris, is a 100% partner with me in this.
Right.
And he is very, very extremely involved. It's not just me. Both of us are very, very busy. And he contributes a tremendous amount. Okay.
Well, thank you both.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.